Jonatan Guerrero Ramirez is an event planner, a PR guru, an LGBT advocate, and now he's the editor of BEAU Magazine around the Southeast. I sit down one-on-one with Jonatan for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores.
Jonatan Guerrero Ramirez.
There you go.
It's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Always. I know you. I've seen you around town.
Yeah.
Working hard with your photography
Yeah.
and your past life at the Art Institute of Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
I know on your Instagram page it says this. You are the BEAU manager, editor, influencer, stylist, Spanish translator, young philanthropist, event planner, PR marketing geek, nonprofit advocate. Tell me, as we say it right now, who is Jonatan?
So Jonatan, that's me.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I graduated high school, when I was in college and I moved to Charleston, I just fell in love with the city. I fell in love with everything that was going on. So I was like, I'm going to get my hands in that. And just what I did is I just started meeting people, I started networking with people, and just started getting into this, what is called the Charlestonian culture, and just started engaging with all these people and just, helping out. And I found all these amazing nonprofits in town. And I was like, you know what? I'm a strong believer in giving back to the community. So that's what I did. I joined a board for We Are Family.
Right.
I helped them out and also advocate for other nonprofits, not only locally but nationally, kind of help them out with some of their campaigns, some of their strategies, give them a little tidbits of what they should do, what they should not do, so you can get some funds in there. And right after college I was, so dipped into this, and I met Maria Rivers.
Right.
She's the head publisher of BEAU Magazine, and we talked about it, and this was originally a Charleston-based magazine.
Okay.
But after talking, I said, why just keep it Charleston? Why not keep it as the Southern LGBT magazine? So that's what this is now. This is the first edition that we are touring. This year, we're going around all over the Southeast, and we're meeting all these amazing people. We just got back from Augusta, and we had such an amazing turnaround with them. They love the product. They want more. So next, we're about to go to Charlotte, and then we're going to be going to Atlanta, but not just cities. We're going to be going to little small towns. We're going to be highlighting the voices of the LGBT Southern culture. So that's, what we're doing now.
Jonatan.
Yes.
That's you.
That's
as you
me.
Said. When you run around to these places and doing all this stuff, what's that one word to describe you right now?
My word that would describe me is hustle.
Okay.
That is my word. It's that it's a hustle life. You have to wake up and you have to be passionate and you have to go for something. Something that makes me different and why I love about this city is that if we're going to say something, we're going to do it. We're going to plan it out and we're going to make it happen. So that's something that really, when people say, what's Jonatan? Oh, he's going to get this done.
That's so good to hear. And speaking of getting done, let me go to your Instagram page. You said this quote, "Sorry, I haven't been posting much lately. I've been very busy making some career moves, like relaunching the first LGBTQI magazine in the Southeast." Where are you emotionally with that?
So where emotionally is I'm super excited about this. I just got back from a conference and they said if you're not doing something that you're excited about, then you should not be in this industry. So that really set back and I was like, you know what, lately I've been really passionate about the LGBT community and giving back to the community. So, really I've been focusing a lot on, rebranding BEAU Magazine is really getting it from the Charleston base to a Southern base. So this whole summer, me and Maria and I have been spending all summer planning out where we're going to go, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, what stories are going to be great in Charlotte, what's going to be great in Columbia, Atlanta, Miami. So when we go to these cities, we know exactly who we're going to talk to, what we're going to get, and what our readers want. Because we're not going to just throw out any story out there. We're going to give people what they want, because this is the magazine of the voices of the LGBT community in the Southeast.
And on the website says this: BEAU Magazine is designed to fashionably liberate, inform, entertain, and integrate our LGBTQI community. What's that community like right now in your mind?
So the community right now, well, it's very funny because in every city that we go to, it's different. The Charleston LGBT community, it's very close-knit with a little bit of Southern in there. But when we go to, for example, Augusta, it's very military influence. When we went to Atlanta, for Weekend, it was very urban based. It was a lot of art. So it's very different in every city. And that's what we are discovering is as we travel around the Southeast, we're finding these different cultures, different cliques, and we're highlighting them. So right now, we're collaborating with different nonprofits around town. We're working with different community members in every city, so we can get these stories and we can share the voices. So when people visit the Southeast and they're coming from New York and like, well, I'm gay and I don't know where to go to, they can go on our website and see whatever city they're in, and they can go and see what is LGBT friendly, what they can do, so they don't get discriminated. Because in the Southeast, you can actually be discriminated for your sexuality. So that's what we do. We are the platform to say, well, these are the places and these are people who live here and are open, and we let you in.
You talk about those stories. As we sit here right now, what is your favorite story in this edition?
So my favorite edition is the drag one.
Okay.
The story is about, and y'all should go pick it up.
Oh yeah.
It's all over town. It's all over the Southeast. If you can't get it, it's also online. But one story that I really love in this edition is it's highlighting local drag queens in Charleston. And the reason I love it is because we all go to drag brunch, drag bingo. We go to all these gay clubs, and we see these women come out. They do these numbers. It's amazing, but people don't really realize what's the real story behind these people. What it takes to become a drag queen. They don't a lot of people don't understand how much money, how much time, how much effort. I mean, there's one queen in here that says, I wake up at 5 in the morning, I go to work, I leave at work, I have to hustle home, get my stuff, and then go to the club, get ready. It takes me like a couple hours to get ready, and I'm throwing all this makeup on to be on a stage at 10. I mean, it's amazing, and I think drag queens are some of the strongest people in the LGBT community because, I mean, they are extremely dedicated and hustlers.
That's great to hear.
And also I love our merman. I mean, every story in the magazine I am obsessed with. I love it. Our merman, everybody asks about it. What's his story? Well, he's actually a local guy in Charleston who just has a passion for the mermaid culture. And he is one of the very few men who are proud to be a merman. So we highlight him in the story. We also talk about LGBT weddings, which has become a huge deal in the South. I mean, Charleston itself is one of the hottest places to get married in.
Right.
So we talked about, well, if you're going to get married in Charleston and you're LGBTQ, come here. This is a place to be. So yeah, I mean, it's a great addition. But not only that, in the blog on the website, there's a lot of tons of cool stuff.
And the website also says this too, and you kind of mentioned this a little bit with the close-knit community in Charleston. BEAU was a safe space designed to enhance communications and relationships between our communities, and a place for all of us to shine our true selves.
Right.
What is that space like?
Those spaces, like anybody could report something. Anybody could say, oh, I'm opening up this new restaurant and I want people to know that they can come with their boyfriend or girlfriend and we can give them a great meal. So that's where it's an open book basically. Anybody could email us, anybody could text us, anybody could call us and say, I would like to let people know about this coming up, or I would want to share my voices about so experience. For example, we just had somebody, it's not posted yet, but we just had somebody talk about their experience coming out as sober in the LGBT community. And the reason he spoke up about it is because in the community, being sober is something that's that's considered like what are you talking about? So he's coming out and telling our readers about that. There's also another story coming out about being LGBT and in the military, sharing his experience. So that's what we mean by it's a safe space, because anybody can come in and share their voices, and we can even highlight it very discreetly, so they can share their voices so other readers can log on and learn from each other. So that's what we're community based. People write to us, other people read it, and we're all helping each other out.
What have you learned about yourself after this particular magazine?
So something I really learned about myself is self-care is a huge ideal, especially working in the LGBT community industry and in the marketing industry. Self-care is something I've learned that I have taken for granted. You see me running around town trying to do 20 things at one time. But one thing I've learned is to really self-care is take time and take a breather, take time for yourself. Sundays, go have brunch, go read a book, go to the beach, go watch a movie. Self-care is so important. And I try to tell everybody this. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're a teacher, if you're a student, if you're a blogger, a photographer, take time for yourself. Because if you don't take time for yourself, you're not really going to be happy what you're doing. You're going to get burned out.
And I know I got to go back again. I'm being a little bit redundant. But beyond publishing, beyond helping the LGBT community, who is Jonathan?
Who is Jonathan? Jonathan is somebody who is going to be the voice of the LGBT community of the Southeast. I want people to feel comfortable coming up to me and telling me their stories and helping share their story with other people. So that's really what I am striving to be, is that influencer in town. When people ask, in the fashion industry, when people say, oh, I'm an influencer, well, who are you influencing? Who is your readers? What are you influencing? So when people ask me, well, Jonathan, you say that, but who are you influencing? I'm influencing everybody. We're not just the BEAU Magazine is not just about the LGBT community.
Okay.
We're the LGBTQA community. We talk to our alliances.
Right.
The straight community. We tell them what they should do if they have a student who is trans, how to deal with that. If they're a business owner, how to deal with a non-binary customer. So that's, what my goal is with this project, and, really what I'm really passionate about and who I am is giving back again to the community, being the voice for the LGBT community, and also being the voice for people who are not, publicly out, but helping them through this platform.
That brings me to my next question. What is the future of the Southeast when you think of the LGBT community?
So the way I would describe that is, it's moving forward, slowly but moving forward. Nothing stays in place, ever. It's moving progressively, but we're getting somewhere. Yes, we are in the Bible Belt, as people would say, but the thing about it is, even people who are into this, in this community, they're seeing this change. Even for example, one of the hottest topics is religion. People say, well, being gay and religion don't really mix, and then this is where we bring actually, let's back up. We're gonna educate you. So education is one thing that we do at BEAU. So when we educate, we bring progressiveness, and we're moving forward. So Charleston is extremely progressive. Not the speed that we would want to be, but things are changing. In Atlanta, we're seeing this change. The rising of millennials. Their voices are being heard. We just saw it in Augusta. We just got back from Augusta, and their LGBT community really stepped it up. Their pride was one of their biggest prides in the state of Georgia. I mean, it's amazing. And so, when I go to these events, I love meeting the people behind the prize, the people behind the queer child, the people behind, these amazing stories. And that's one thing I love about this project, is I've met so many amazing people.
That is so great to hear. I interviewed Melissa Moore a couple of weeks ago for Quintin's Little Subs, and we talked about the opening of the news center down the street here on Meeting Street. Another big topic that everyone talks about is homelessness in the LGBT community. Where are you with this discussion?
With me, the discussion is I've been very fortunate for my parents to be very accepting when I came out. However, when I moved to Charleston, I grew up in a very small town. So me being gay was something that was very taboo where I grew up. So when I moved to Charleston, I met all these amazing gay voices, all these queer people, and I started learning about that in the LGBT community, a lot of people are homeless, and it's a very sad topic, and that's because it's because of rejection. A lot of kids will come out to their parents and are kicked out of their homes. So with me, what I do is I talk to my local vendors who are in BEAU Magazine, not only that, but also people in the industry that I work in, people in the hospitality industry, and say, instead of throwing things away, I will go pick it up and they'll give it to somebody who needs it. At the center, some of my friends, some of my colleagues that work in the hospitality industry, they've given me the shower little little things to get
Right.
there. Just everybody's stepping up. So with me, I'm advocating for the homeless population.
Jonatan Guerrero Ramirez.
There you go.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
I appreciate it. I'm glad I got your name right.
I know, right? Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, anytime.
I love it.